So have you been to a BTS concert?
네, I went to the one in Las Vegas
Did
a few
you?
years ago.
And you brought something from that.
I did.
안녕하세요. This is Mark Peterson with the Frog Outside the Well Research Center, and today I have a new guest, a new friend that I've just met. This is Liesl.
안녕하세요.
안녕하세요. 리슬은 고등학교 막 졸업했고, 근데 한국말도 공부하시는 학생이에요.
네.
한국말 좋아해요?
아주 좋아요.
그래요? 왜요?
언어는 예쁘고
예쁘고
재미있어요.
재미있어요. 한국말 어떻게 봅니까? 어떻게 아는 겁니까? 드라마 보는 거요?
네, 자주 한국 드라마 봐요.
드라마 볼 때 혼자 봐요? 누구 같이 봐요?
제 어머니는
어머니와 같이
봐요.
그래요.
네.
Well, this is Liesl, and I met her when I went to my doctor's office. She's the daughter of my doctor, my GP annual physical doctor, and he mentioned that his daughter studies Korean. And I said, well, I'd like to meet her. Maybe we can do a video. So here we are.
네.
한국말은 예쁘다고 하시는데 어렵지 않습니까?
네, 아주 어려요.
예. 드라마 보시고 또 공부도 해요? 공부는 어떤 공부했어요? 학교는 고등학교는 한국말은 없죠.
네.
그럼 어떻게 공부해요?
So, I actually got introduced to Korean by watching a K-drama with my mom, and I noticed after we watched a few more that she was starting to pick up phrases, and I'm like, that is so cool. You speak Korean from watching TV.
Your mom was picking up phrases.
Yeah. She'd be like, if they say 사랑해요, it means I love you.
Oh.
And she's like, if it's 좋아해요, it means I like you. And I'm like, you're a genius.
Oh, so she's picking these things up, and you thought,
Yeah.
how's that
And
work?
I was like, I want to do that. So I got on Duolingo, I started learning the alphabet, and then for my birthday, she bought me a Korean picture dictionary and a textbook, and I started doing those obsessively.
Really?
And then after a while, I kind of wanted to like level up my game. I wanted to like actually meet people I could speak to in Korean. So through BYU Independent Study, I took the first 3 classes.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
So in the fall, you're going to start as a freshman at BYU.
네.
What's your major
Yeah.
going to be?
Korean.
Really? Oh, that's
네.
wonderful. What do you hope to do with it?
I want to be fluent. So my actual dream is to be an orthopedic surgeon, but I want to be multilingual. My goal is probably within the next 10, 15 years, I want to be fluent in both Korean and also American Sign Language.
Oh, wow. That's really interesting. So you're starting in the fall at BYU. You're a very bright student. Your father bragged about you. He told me that you took.
감사합니다.
He told me you took a test. It was an international test. You went to Houston. There was a
네.
test in phlebotomy, and you took number 2 in the whole world
맞습니다.
for high school students. 축하합니다.
감사합니다.
Well, you're going to do great at BYU. You'll love college. It's a different game than high school.
So I've heard.
Yeah, but you'll adjust to it quickly, and you'll do well. 한국말은 어떤 거 어려울까요? 한국 문법이라고 아세요? 한국 문법은 어려워요?
네, 아주 어려워요.
네.
어려워요.
네. 어떻게 존댓말 반말 하는 것도 아세요? 존댓말 반말 어떻게 할 줄 아세요? 아니, 드라마 보시면은 반말 많이 하잖아요.
네.
사랑합니다 할 수가 있지만 사랑해요 할 수도 있잖아요.
네.
또 반말, 존댓말 어떻게 할 수 있어요? 자신 있어요? Do you know 자신?
자신.
Confidence.
No, I've heard about it. Oh, yeah.
You have confidence in using.
아니요, 없어요.
confidence
자신
없어요.
없어요.
자신 없어요. 야, 저 존댓말 반말은 좀 어려워요.
네.
특별히 요새, 요새, these
아니요.
days.
어,
요새 우리 학생은 K-드라마 많이 보니까 반말은 잘하고, 근데 어떤 학생이 학교에서 선생님에게 반말하는 일이 있어요.
네.
안 되지 않아요. 선생님께 존댓말 해야 되는데 그거 좀 어려워요. 그거 아직 자신 없지요. 그거
네.
나중에 그거 배우실 거예요. 또 하나 한국말 어려운 게가 발음.
발음.
발음 is pronunciation.
어,
pronunciation 참 어렵습니다. 어렵지 않아요?
네.
많이
It's
어려워요.
really hard.
Really hard. Yeah. The trouble is in English, we have a K and a G. In Korean, you have one letter that can be K and it can be G. Do you know what the rule is when it's voiced and when it's voiceless? Do you know those terms?
아니요.
The kiek, when it's pronounced like a K, is at the first of an utterance, or let's just say at the first or the last of an utterance, and that's when it's voiceless, meaning it sounds like a K. And then if it's in the middle of an utterance, especially following a vowel, it's a G, and that's a voiced sound. A K and a G is the same thing, except the K is voiceless and the G is voiced. And that makes a K and a G an allophone. And the trouble with Korean is the four allophones: KG, PB, TD, and CHJ. And they can all be either voiced or voiceless. And they can be reinforced or aspirated.
Yep.
Have you been working on learning the aspiration and the reinforced sounds?
조금.
Yeah. 어려워요.
Me and my TAs, we go over that a lot.
Oh, you have a TA that helps with you.
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice.
I meet with my TAs online for like speaking tests and things like that. And sometimes they'll just have to sit me down and like work over pronunciation for like 10 minutes of just one word.
Oh, really?
I'm really bad at pronunciation.
Have you learned about the paper test? Have you seen this before? Do you know about this? This is really interesting, and a lot of people are surprised at this, but the aspirated K will always rattle the paper. K. Kikuda means what?
A very tall person.
Yeah, kikuda. But to say that's the end, you say good, good, and good. And a lot of Americans, when they learn Korean, they think of the aspirate and the reinforced as hard sounds and don't distinguish between them. But they're hard sounds to an English speaker, but they're very, very different. Kuda and good are very, very different sounds. One aspect of language learning, we talked about grammar, vocabulary. You're developing your vocabulary. You have your picture dictionary. There's the honorifics. Panmal and 존댓말 is really a pain. Pronunciation is really difficult. Another aspect is cultural learning, where you get into learning Korean culture.
Yeah.
For example, I did a set of videos with a Penn State professor, and he sat, they can't see it, but you're sitting cross-legged. He sat cross-legged. And my audience scolded him.
왜요?
안 됩니다. 사람 앞에서 저 다리를 꼬면은 안 되는 거예요. Not to Americans. You look at any talk show or any show, you cross your legs. It's okay. But he was scolded on my video for crossing his legs. You've got to be a good girl. And another one is when you greet a guest at home, you never meet them with bare feet.
Oh, 진짜요?
Yeah, bare feet is very rude. Don't tell anybody. But no, you should always wear stocking feet. There are certain cultural things. You never blow your nose at the table. No matter how bad your cold is, you have to lean away. And
I feel like that's gross everywhere, though.
yeah, that probably is. That's probably not uniquely Korean. But there are certain Korean idiosyncrasies where certain things are very, very important culturally. And other things, slurping your soup. In the American etiquette, you do not slurp your soup. Korean, the more slurp, the better. It tastes better the more you slurp, and it's okay. Maybe in some contexts it's not, but that's one of the that's the trouble with cultural rules. There are always so many exceptions to them as you go. So if you're learning Korean culture, you're learning K-dramas. Are you reading any folk tales or any literature or anything like that?
Not good enough with my abilities yet.
That'll come down the road.
I have a book, Harry Potter, in Korean.
Really?
And every now and then I try to read it, and I just end up sitting there with a dictionary crying. So, but someday I will be able to read Harry Potter in Korean.
In Korean. That's your goal.
Yep.
Oh, that's great. I've heard there are a lot of K-drama students, females. A lot of females, I hear that. I'm not sure how many males there are, but our enrollments at the university are growing. You know that Korean is the only growth language in the United States. Korean and ASL. All the other languages are declining. So it's really fun to meet a young student who's interested in Korean, who came in the K-drama route. Yeah.
K-dramas and BTS.
Oh, tell me about BTS. Have you been to a BTS concert?
Nay, I went to the one in Las Vegas
Did
a few
you?
years ago.
And you brought something from that.
I did. My light stick.
What else do you have from your BTS?
I've got my Jungkook headband. And then my aunt made this for me.
All
BTS and
BTS.
ARMY. Yep.
Oh, you're part of the army.
Oh, nay.
Yeah.
Of course.
Oh, that's wonderful. What are they doing now? They're all going off into the
Yep.
Korean army.
Jin just got back, actually.
Oh, did he?
Spent 18 months in the army, and he's back.
Oh, really? Are they going to get together again?
It's complicated.
I haven't been following that, so you'll have to do that.
I don't think their company has said anything about them getting back together, but personally, I don't think they'll ever be the same. I think they're too focused on solo careers.
They're doing solos now. Yeah. Well, that's fine. Well, Liesl, thank you for coming in. Best of luck to you in college and in your career as you go forward. And everyone, isn't this wonderful? She's really great. I'm happy to meet you. And we'll see you next time. Yeah. 안녕하세요.
안녕히 가세요.